want to talk about dying for your art. This is an interesting topic because a lot of people in the world, we create, with it, we create, we love to create, whether it be drawings, paintings, children, legacy, television shows, movies, short films. We create, we love to create. As human beings, we're put on this earth to create, even science. And it begs the question, how much are we willing to die for our art? There's a manga artist named Ichiro Oda. He's the creator of the hit-selling manga One Piece. And what he does is that to make this manga, he literally draws out everything, the art of the actual characters, the dialogue, and for pages and pages and pages. And each manga has each volume has I don't know. I think it's like at least 60, 80 pages. I don't know. But a lot of pages in each volume, and there's like 1,000 volumes. He's been making this since 1997. And and he works hard. He works from he gets like 4 hours sleep, which is not healthy. It's not healthy. He barely sees his kids and his wife. He 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 has like diabetes, I think, and like a back pain, and he was at one point 10 years ago when he was making the manga, he was hospitalized because he's working unhealthy hours. And in one of the interviews he says that he would die for One Piece. He would die for his art. He would die to tell the story. Now right now he's 46 years old and he's still writing. It's crazy. It's admirable as well, because a lot of people, to see a man die for this thing is crazy. He's dying for this art that's which by the way makes million. Which forget the amount of money he's earning. Millions of people all over the world are loving this thing, One Piece. He's changed lives. He's changed perspectives. He's the highest selling manga. Oda has the highest selling manga of all time. It beat Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, and all the other ones. So what I'm trying to say is that, what art are you willing to die for? Because we all have to die for something. No matter what. Even when you have children, that's an art. That child is a creation. You have to. Parents suffer for their children. Even when you want to make a legacy, maybe a property, business, you have to suffer for that art to create that legacy for your children. Whether you want to be the next best musician, you have to suffer. You have to die to an extent to create. You have to die for creation. So it's a bit of an irony there, a bit of a contradiction. But it's true. You have to give up to receive. And one of humanity's biggest paradoxes, not paradoxes, so one of humanity's biggest questions is, how much do you, not even questions, it's subjective, but how much should each person give up for their dream or their creation? Look at the moon landing. That was, looking back at even at 2024, I don't know how they did that. Because that happened in what, the 60s, the 50s or something. And they did it. Risky. Neil Armstrong could have died, but he didn't. But that was a big step for humanity. Huge. Huge. So it begs the question, like, it begs the question, how much are you willing to die for that thing? He could have died, but he did. He pushed it because he wanted to be the first man on the moon. Humanity needed someone. They needed someone to go on the moon so they can push humanity. So yeah, I just wanna put it out there that for whatever you do in life, you're gonna have to sacrifice. You're gonna have to die to create. Some people overdo it, but then it begs the question: if it creates that beautiful thing, was it worth it? And there's no right answer for that. Some people, some people work 12-hour shifts, but they need to do it so they can feed their kids. Some people think that's too much. Some people work 14-hour shifts, and it's a crazy world we live in where it's like there's no right answer. It's one of those things where you just have to figure out for yourself. There's no right answer for that. Yeah. There's actually a film there's a film about this. It's called Whiplash, where there's a young college kid. He wants to become the next best drummer, but to become the next best drummer, he has to be treated. He has to push himself, and the teacher that he has is a bit physically abusive. He'll slap him. He'll shout at him. He'll put him down, and the faculty gets involved, and they dismiss the teacher. And then months later, the student sees the teacher, and the teacher explains to the student that, look, I was only doing it so I can push humanity to the next level. I wanted you to be the best drummer ever. I'm paraphrasing here, by the way, but yeah, he wanted to push. He didn't like mediocrity in the jazz world because he was, or in the music world. He wanted the student to be pushed to the next level because he thought it's worth dying a bit for that. He thought the juice was worth the squeeze, and he's saying that the person who, if that student was going to be the next biggest drummer in the world, he wouldn't have been discouraged by the teacher's abusive behavior. And the action, obviously, in hindsight, the actions weren't good. The teacher shouldn't have been abusive, but it begs the question: human beings abuse themselves all the time for greatness. Neil Armstrong, you know, the manga artist I talked about, even like just even just in general, like athletes, footballers, training crazy hours. We all push ourselves. Doctors work 12-hour shifts. Brain surgeons do madness. So yeah, that's just what I want. What I wanted to talk about was just figure out what is worth dying for. What's your what will you be a martyr for? What will you be a martyr for? And how much of a martyr will you be for that thing? Yeah, that's all I want to talk about today. Peace.